Well, this is Bob Odell from Root Source, and let's rejoin our interview with Merv Watson.
I mean, I come from Plymouth Brethren background.
Plymouth Brethren?
Plymouth Brethren background, like Ord Wingate, so on. And I used to go to church and they used to preach getting saved. I looked around and I figured everybody was already saved, but that's the main theme. The clue is, how do you get them saved? How do you get them saved? But that's not it. The clue is, how do you disciple them?
Yeah.
How do they remain rich in their story? How do they do this? Well, the Jews have done it. A band of them have done it. Not everybody, but the band of them have done it. And there must be something to this, to hang on to something like this. All that stuff in the Bible must have really happened. So now they're digging it all up. Yeah, this happened, that happened, confirming Hezekiah's bulla, his stamp, Isaiah's stamp, Jeremiah's, the two guys that put him in the well, their rings that are found. So it's happening. And the world hates to admit it. Somebody the other day says, scientists have discovered that we do come from two people, not baboons. And so you've got these droppings of threat to what we've accepted since 1850, origins of species and all that business. Evolution stupidity is just awful. So we've swallowed that apple.
Yeah.
It's created communism. It created all sorts of craziness that don't work out. Well, you've tried everything now. So the last thing to try is, maybe the Jews were right. I mean,
maybe the Jews were right. Maybe God is who he says he is. And maybe the nations are going to come and recognize the ruling from Jerusalem.
I'm thinking of this T-shirt they have 15 lists of empires that were destined to kill the Jews. And they're all gone. And I look at that $14 million menorah. It's going to be put in the third temple. And I see the broken down Roman pillars next to it. I think,
that's pretty funny.
I said, look at the irony of this thing. This little scrap Roman of people,
pillars.
1.5 million taken off as slaves, the rest of them killed. Where did they come from? They're still around.
Yeah.
And that's to prove it. So if it's here, then come on, admit it.
Yeah.
That's called repenting. Repent of the stupidity you followed in our culture. You came from a baboon. Maybe you did. I didn't. So
it's only been said that I did.
Yeah, that's right. I don't really believe that. But so we've come to the point now where we've tried absolutely everything, and so now we're going to come into an age of robots. And the biggest thing that we need in our society is meaning. And if every time you answer the phone, a robot comes on and tells you which buttons to press, well, it's going to get worse. We're going to end up with piles of people with no jobs. That the robots will be taken over and they have nothing to do. That is what we're coming to, the larger picture. It's faster every day. And it comes innovations from this country here. Is one of the chief innovations to create no jobs. What do you do with people that have nothing, no meaning? You can live longer without food than without meaning. That's what Frankl said in his book, Man of Such a Soul. So you've got this sense of, we've got to decide, is humanity created or is it a vast accident?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anybody that knows this much science, we have no excuse. The internet is covered in dynamic proof of what we're made up of, and it simply has to be designed.
I totally agree, and I think that the only way you can't see it is if you blind yourself.
You don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it, yet you have to work really hard. Now, within those who do believe, are followers of God and see this coming together of Jews and non-Jews, there's a few different models out there. Some people talk about Israel and the nations. Fine. Some people talk about the 10 tribes coming and joining with the house of Judah, the two tribes. Some people talk about the sojourners coming alongside Israel. Some people stick with, it's Gentile and Jew, but one new man. And then there's the Commonwealth of Israel. Do you have a favorite way, personally, of perceiving this progression of what God is doing on the earth?
Well, Islam is doing it for us.
I wasn't expecting that to be your answer.
Okay. Yeah, Islam is doing it for us.
How so?
Well, he's forcing the people of the book.
He's forcing the people of the book to come together.
That's right. That's number one. Now, Noah, presumably, within his endocrine equipment, was us. In other words, we descended from whatever was left of the flood people.
Yes, okay? Yes.
It means that if living the days of Noah, this is a phrase, living the days of Noah, days of Lot, and so on. Lot we can understand. We got anyway. But Noah, where's the ark? One of the big features of Noah was the ark.
Right.
Now there's a Dutchman bringing a live model of ark on the ocean. That's not it. It's a psychological, spiritual ark where people derive meaning from this ark. Mm-hmm. It's a solution to meaninglessness. And so where's our source of imagination? Where's the chief innovation happening? Right here. So what's being created by these developments is more and more meaning. And if there's one thing we need now, it's a famine of meaning we have. You see all these people killing themselves, the crisis of suicides? That's all because they have no meaning. The necessity of meaning is a fundamental necessity of life.
So, for those of us who believe, we believe in the one true God, and see that there's meaning, and we see in Scripture that there's some different models being discussed.
Yeah.
How do you see within that context? Do you have a favorite model?
Yeah, Joshua, when he arrived with this crowd of people, he said to them, look, choose life rather than death.
Yeah.
Choosing life is a choice. We can choose death, become a death religion, like the one that's crowding all people together, making the people of the book targets. There's that crowd that have a kind of a covenant with death. But that's not the crowd we're interested in. We're interested in the crowd of life. And because the oldest empire in the world, by implication, is the Israeli Empire. The Israeli Empire covered 5 empires. If you want to get into all of them, I won't get into all now, but Carthage was one of them.
Yes.
Okay, and there's Iberia
in Northern Africa.
Iberia, and there's a whole thing there that's quite phenomenal. But we're being pressured into acknowledging the God of Israel. Why? Because of this impossibility that we're living in. How can you have, in 1948 to 52, 3 times your population? There were 600,000 poor people here.
Yes.
All of a sudden there's 1.5 million people, 3 times this population, waiting at the doors to come in.
Right.
And so all of these people, the Jews in the Arab countries, had nothing but their shirts, no substance, nothing. So the fathers, the leaders here, got together and said, look, we can't have this. We have to wait 20 years. They said, no, we can't wait 20 years. These people will be dead.
Right.
We've got to open up. So what you're sitting in right here, this house, was part of the little houses created for this influx of 3 times the population of the land. That is a miracle.
This is where we are right now.
That's
Your
right.
house is one of those houses.
That's right.
that were put in right in that initial phase.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting things. Our backdrop here is a lot of material. What's going on behind us?
All behind. My wife is a writer of music. She's written about 575 songs. Wake, O Israel, Jehovah Jireh, He that keepeth Israel among them. And so all this stuff is her arrangements.
Wow.
She's a quartet player. She has all this as a quartet arrangements. And so we've been taking this around. We're moving again, possibly, I don't know. But anyway, that's the backdrop. Not too pleasant, but there it is. But it makes lovely music.
Well, this backdrop is a backdrop of substance, and it shows you if you want to do something beautiful, there's a lot of work behind it.
A lot of work. There's about 150 arrangements for quartets, and the music is. Merla has this incredible ability to be riding on a plane. She has an inspiration, doesn't go near a piano, hears the whole thing in her head, like Beethoven, writes it all down, and out comes music.
Yeah, you and Merla still sing together. I
Oh, yeah,
heard
we
you
just-
recently, a couple of months ago, I think in the Sukkot.
We just did 5 concerts. We went to Canada and did 5 concerts, and also we just got back ourselves. Yeah, no, and I'm an artist. I do a lot of painting. I got a studio. I'll show you. There's a room in there full of my pictures.
Oh, okay.
I just laid them out now.
Okay. Okay, we're here with Merv in his studio. So tell us about some of the things that we've got here.
Well, this is what's left in Nimrod's castle. My favorite top here is mountains. Coming from British Columbia, we got
Right here?
yeah, all those. Everything is mine. It's Yosemite Park in British Columbia.
Mm.
I used to work there.
Nice.
And this is the southern end of Wales into the ocean.
Oh, cool.
This is a treatment of a mountain, Moraine Lake Mountain in the Rockies.
Okay.
And this is a treatment also part of the extension of the England out into the ocean. This is the grave
Of the garden tomb?
the garden tomb.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. This big thing here, that's the Zechariah monument, known as Absalom's memorial. This is various shots of Jerusalem, the Tower of David.
Wow.
Yeah.
That Tower of David is
Mosque. You have a fit.
beautiful.
And this is basically this is kind of a cartoon time, I think, is this shopping in Nazareth, this Arab couple. This did it.
Wow.
And this is one of my favorite mountains in the Rockies called Mount Assiniboine.
The Mount of what?
Mount Assiniboine.
How do you spell that?
Assinboine.
Oh.
Assiniboine. It's got beautiful rainbow trout and stuff in there.
Oh.
And then this is also a glacier near Moraine Lake, which is in the Rockies. This is Capernaum.
Oh, I recognize.
Synagogue.
Oh, I recognize that.
And this is the water coming off Mount Hermon.
Oh,
Whether you
right
get
here?
that or not.
I think so. What is this? What is
That's Moline Lake, Jasper. Moline Lake in Alberta.
Huh.
This is the caves, Roshanikra. This is the caves. The ocean comes in and cuts out the limestone, and that's part of Israel.
Nice.
This is Masaba, out in the desert with 6,000 monks there at one point in that area. Anyway, that's some of the things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite out of
Let me see. I'll show you one. It's an old man making falafels in the 50s.
Oh.
And that's Echo Beach. But anyway, that's
Right.
One of my favorite ones.
So tell me, what's the?
He's making falafels here. He's sitting in the dark, but using his light. It becomes a metaphor for Israel.
Oh, wow. Thank you for your, I'm going to take a picture of all of your pencils here because you've got a lot. But this is great. I love, what a treasure to come in and see where the work. All right. We will continue our interview with Merv Watson in another segment. Until next time, this is Bob Odell saying Shalom.